All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's video, I'm going to be addressing a bit of controversy. Now, this is on the topic of this crazy win trade Chinese server thing that's been going on. So let me start from the beginning from chronological order. Trials comes out this Friday at reset, and we play, and it's a lot sweatier than normal. We're kind of wondering what the heck is going on. Like, we're in week 3 of Trials. Like, what? This shouldn't be this crazy sweaty, just week 3 into the new season of Trials, all this new loot and everything, you know? But we brush it off, and we go on to play Saturday Trials, and Saturday Trials was truly the sweatiest and worst experience of Trials that I've had in 5 years. I actually tweeted this out at the time saying that it was one of the worst nights I've ever played. Then later that night, my friend Roxley actually DMs me and he says, "Hey, I found this crazy thing. You need to see this." And I'm like, okay, let's see. What are you talking about here? He says, "Hey, if you connect to this server overseas and change 2 of your emblems to the Hawk emblem and the third one not a Hawk emblem, you start matching people doing really weird shit. They stay AFK in the spawn at all times. They send you a friend request, and then they send you some random number for some reason." And so initially, I was just laughing at him like, there's no way this is actually true. There's no possible way that there's a crazy Chinese win trade server happening in Trials, like some sort of secret society of people win trading. So he says, "Trust me, I'll show you." And we do exactly like we did in the video. We play and we beat a few Chinese win traders, and then I make a video exposing it because it's kind of a big deal. I mean, win trading is against terms of service, and if everyone just did win trading instead of actually playing Trials, it would make the experience for people actually trying to legitimately play Trials so much worse. The stats don't lie. Literally 70% of people going flawless this weekend of Trials were going flawless win trading. That means the majority of people were illegitimately getting flawless. And if you got one of those flawless, kudos to you. You beat the system. Congrats, you got some awesome loot. But holy fuck, was the Trials playlist absolutely terrible this weekend for anyone that actually wanted to legitimately play. And Trials is a mess, don't get me wrong. I don't blame anyone for doing this, but the whole situation got extremely out of hand when literally 70% of the flawlesses are from win trading. I think we can all agree that's a bit too much, okay? Imagine if the situation continued on. What's it going to be next week when 90% of the people are getting flawless from win trading? How about when 100% of all flawlesses are from win trading and no one's actually legitimately playing Trials? Like, that's not good for anyone. And I get it if you can't go flawless or you feel like you can't get there, but the beautiful part about Trials is you don't always have to go flawless. Like the first week, the weapon that everyone desired was at 3 wins, and the Messenger is a beast of a pulse rifle. So you don't always need to go flawless. And hopefully the Igneous Hammer drops at 3 wins one of these weeks here in the unadept version, because that would be great for everyone to just have access to it. But back to the story at hand, I post this video and it got a ton of dislikes. I did not expect so many people to send me hate on this video. I was like, holy shit, these guys are exploiting Trials. This is fucked up. Countless people are like, no, we love win trading. Stop trying to fuck up a good thing we got going, Lucky. And look, I get it. If you're miserable playing Trials, not having fun, and you got flawless loot doing this, again, kudos to you. You beat the system. You outsmarted Bungie. But this was obviously not going to last forever. We need people to actually play Trials legitimately, and if you don't want to play Trials at all, then don't play it. But that alone wasn't enough for people. They wanted to go after me and for my character deletion farming. They were saying that when I delete a character, I'm essentially exploiting the game by getting an Igneous Hammer hand cannon to drop every time. This is essentially a bug in the game that if you delete one of your characters and remake it, when you go flawless again on that character, you get a weapon to drop every single time. And this person right here posted this saying, "After you take advantage of the new character farm for Igneous," and countless other people were posting the same sentiment that, "Wow, Lucky, you're exploiting Trials too," trying to equate win trading on a Chinese server to me legitimately playing Trials and getting a hand cannon every time. Now, the only problem I have with this, and the reason why we want to address this controversy, is because this is not an exploit at all. This is actually getting the game to work as intended. Bungie helped themselves tweeted this out saying, "We're investigating an issue where players are not consistently receiving adept weapons from the flawless chest after earning their first of the week." Now, this was posted on December 18th when adept weapons were first introduced to the game. The way it's supposed to work is that you can go flawless on all 3 characters and get an adept weapon to drop from each one. And then every single repeat flawless you get will also drop an adept weapon, even on the same character. That's how the game is supposed to be played, and that's how the playlist is supposed to perform. But due to a bug, that wasn't working. In fact, even community manager DMG even clarified this issue even further, saying, "Let's break it down. Adept weapons are dropping from the first passage just fine per character. Drops on subsequent flawless passages are split between rewards from 3, 5, 7 flawless. Team is looking into this, might not get a fix until later in season." So this was meant to be fixed last season, and it still hasn't been fixed. But thankfully, there is a workaround to this where you can actually delete a character. And by deleting a character, you get the Lighthouse loot to work as intended. This is not an exploit, and to equate this to win trading your way to flawless is so fucking bizarre to me. I can't even imagine how someone could actually draw that conclusion. So now that controversy has been addressed, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, because I genuinely want to know what you think about this. Do you actually think that deleting a character in order to get the Lighthouse loot to work properly is equated to win trading in Trials? And then the second controversy that came up is in regards to this 12-man raid bug. If you don't know right now, if you match 2 different fire teams of 6 and click launch and join at the same time, you can essentially launch into a raid with a 12-man fire team. It's a lot of fun, and countless content creators have done this, and even non-content creators, because it's just a good time. It's a fun experience. So now people have tried to create this narrative where, oh wow, Lucky doesn't like exploiting in trials, but he likes to exploit the raids with 12-man raids because I did a 12-man raid. Now, the first thing I need to say is that equating win trading in trials to a 12-man raid is pretty bizarre. The only person that gets affected by this is Taniks, and he's a PvE boss, and no one cares about his feelings. And secondly, the point that you were trying to make with this is that, wow, Lucky wants win trading to get fixed in trials, but he doesn't want the 12-man raid bug to get fixed. And that's where you're very, very wrong. I do want the 12-man raid bug to get fixed. I want all bugs and all flaws in the game to get fixed. And thankfully, Bungie does not punish anyone that uses exploits within the game. For example, if you successfully win traded your way to flawless, you're not going to be punished by Bungie at all. Hopefully you got a god roll Igneous Hammer, or maybe some dope loot to show for it. And it's Bungie's fault that those things happen, and Bungie will work to fix them. And yes, I want all the bugs to get fixed in the game. When something like the 12-man raid comes out, that's just plain fun. And truly, no one is harmed from it. Whereas with the win trade bug, yeah, no one was harmed with it because it was win traders versus win traders. But the problem was that 70% of the player base went over to a Chinese server and traded wins all weekend instead of actually playing on the proper servers from where they're located, making the legitimate playlist completely unbearable for everyone else. And you might say to yourself, well, fuck that. I have to play recovs and I have to play sweat teams and trials is miserable. And you're right. I'm not saying that trials isn't miserable. And that is what Bungie should definitely focus on from this issue, is that if an entire community of people were willing to change their servers to Chinese servers in win trade instead of actually playing the content that they've curated for them, that playlist fucking sucks. And we all need to be on the same page of that. We all need to agree that trials sucks. And hopefully Bungie will work to make things better. But in the meantime, roasting me and hating me doesn't help the situation, okay? You can send me all the hate in the world you want. I can't help trials and I can't hurt trials. I'm just some random dude that makes videos on the internet. I try my best to help the game and to help the community to have a positive experience overall. And if you have an issue with me or something that I do, feel free to post in the comment section below, but make sure you have your facts straight. That's a wrap on this video though. Happy to address the controversy. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.